everybody, happy Wednesday. Mr. Tenbrook here. It is Wednesday, April 8th, and today we're going to work on and talk about doodling. A doodle is a simple drawing that is quick, simple, and it's often something that we actually do while we're doing something else. That doesn't really mean that it's useless though. Mathematicians, scientists, all sorts of historians, they use doodles to explain complex theories and equations. Business people use doodles to create maps for business plans and strategies. Across the world, people from all areas are doodling to help them communicate in order to give a visual representation and a meaning to the ideas that they have. So why can't we do the same? We're actually going to do that today. So the first thing we're going to do is just talk about this word that I'm going to say a lot. It's called motif. M-O-T-I-F. A motif is just the images that we draw. You don't need to write this down. What you do need for today is a pen, a pencil, a marker, anything that you can use to draw, and you need a piece of paper. A lot of people have been contacting me saying that they don't have blank white paper. That's okay if you don't have blank white paper. You could also use line paper from a notebook, and you can also use sketch.io to do your work if you have no paper laying around. I think most of us should have at least a notebook with lined paper, and that'll be okay. If you don't have any paper, use sketch.io. If you have any problems, just give me an email and we'll talk about it and see what we can do. All right, so doodling. We're gonna talk about a motif. A motif is like the things that we're gonna draw. So our theme for today, my theme is gonna be art. Yours can be any kind of theme that you want. Mine's gonna be art. So I'm gonna use art and I'm gonna draw a bunch of motifs. So the motifs are the things that I'm gonna draw that are in art. For example, when I think of art, I think of a pencil, a ruler, paint, paintbrush, and all sorts of other things. When I do these things, when I make these doodles, I'm gonna draw them on the back side of this paper. I'm gonna be drawing these specific items, these motifs. And then in between the doodles, I'm gonna fill it in with things like zigzags, spirals, squares, rectangles, all sorts of shapes. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over and I'm just going to start doodling. I can do all sorts of shapes and sizes. Normally my ideas, my motifs that I did right here, I want to draw those a little bit larger so that they take up more space. So let's get started. First I'm going to draw my pencil. That's basically going to be like a large rectangle with a round bottom and a pointy top. And I'm trying to draw all parts of it, and it's okay if it's not perfect, because we're just making doodles. Doodles are just a really great way to practice our drawing skills. Next I can do a paintbrush. can do a drop of paint, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe some little ones. I can draw a line here. And I'm just going to keep filling it up with things that I think about when I think of art. So I'm kind of just like looking around my desk right now to look at all the art supplies that I have, and one of the things I can see is like a roll of tape. So I'm going to start with an oval. Kind of looks like a roll of toilet paper. Maybe a stapler. Okay, and just keep going. And when we get to the smaller spots, that's when we can start filling in with some random shapes and stuff like that. So we're just going to keep going and fill in this page together. You can see I'm kind of filling it in pretty fast. It's all about finding those big motifs first and then drawing those small shapes in to fill in those gaps. And it's okay if you have things that repeat, because that kind of brings the whole image together. Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there because I want to keep it as simple as possible. That's what I have for you today. So just remember the big difference here is the individual images are motifs. The overall theme is art. Doodling doesn't have to be perfect. It's an excellent way to communicate ideas and a good way to practice your skill. Have a great day, everybody. Good luck.